Welcome to the Love Heals podcast. This is the first episode. I'm your host, Emily, and today I am co-hosting with my friend, Manisha.
Hello.
Just a little bit about this podcast. I kind of thought that this would be a cool platform to talk about anything, honestly. Like deep conversations about what we're feeling, what we're thinking, our thoughts on self-love,
Love in general,
relationships, friendships.
things we've struggled with or now have overcome, or things that we just kind of experienced in our lives.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. So we'll get into it. You could be as unfiltered as you want to be. You want to share whatever you feel comfortable sharing, all your experiences, some topics that, throughout this series, I want to talk about friendships, how people connect, bond, vulnerability, cutting people off.
Straight in there, just cutting people off.
Right. Like protecting your energy type conversations.
Just things one goes through in life, and it's just
Exactly.
we're just telling our side of it, or just
Right. Just sharing our story.
There you go. That's a good way to put it.
A little bit about my story, I guess, to start this first
Podcast
episode.
off.
Yeah, to start it off is I'm in the middle of that, long journey of self-love progress and process. Like it really took off within the last year with the start of quarantine in April.
Month.
Yeah, it was my birthday month of last year. We were experiencing some things, isolation. But yeah, that's when it started for me was, when I turned 20 and I was like, oh, a new decade of new experiences, And I think that's when I learned to appreciate a lot of things in my life, and I just woke up on my birthday. I didn't even think about it.
It just happened.
It just happened, yeah. It was like one of those revelation feelings, or whatever word.
It's like you can sense a new you or something.
Yeah, and it just so happens to be on my 20th birthday.
The 20s are that's a phase in your life.
It's your experimenting
where you
years.
go through things, you grow, you make mistakes, and you kind of know your true self. I think that is true, but I'm only 20, it's only been a year.
You're just starting.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been a year yet.
It hasn't. This is 2021, and it's that 1 year where you're 20 and you're supposed to do all these things is when the pandemic hit, and it just changed just everything. I think, before I'm living in Hawaii was amazing, and I think that there I was able to really grow. But ever since I came back, I guess stuck in quarantine, I guess this applies to a lot of other people. You just kind of lose yourself almost, or not lose yourself,
kind of get stuck in your ways.
Yeah, it can be overwhelming, especially with.
I was gonna say we didn't really introduce who we are.
Oh,
we kind of just went into it, but we're friends.
We just kind of jumped in. I'm Manisha. I am Emily's friend from high school.
Yeah, all the way from high school. We didn't get closer until senior year.
Yeah, I would think so.
I think we started off really getting to know each other senior year, and then we didn't
we knew of each other sophomore year. But we never really talked.
Was it sophomore year?
Yeah, because I met Kaya sophomore year.
Oh,
that's when I was introduced.
That's right. But
yeah, I don't think we've actually really connected or formed our own kind of friendship on our own until
college.
Yeah. Yeah,
and we're only 3rd years in college, by the way.
Oh yeah, huh? We kind of just skipped through our whole introduction and just went to so all this quarantine, we're hella sad and shit.
Right? We're really trying to focus on ourselves without talking about ourselves.
Anyway, we should introduce who we are to each other.
Yeah, but okay, we'll table our stories a little bit.
Okay, honestly, this is a warning to anyone who's listening. This podcast will probably be all over the place.
Oh, for sure.
We don't have a set timeline.
No.
We don't stories come here and there. We're gonna spiral off to a different conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you in advance. Be prepared.
So yeah, you're right. I should have put a disclaimer. So for me, when I have conversations within our friend group, we digress so much. We'll talk about one thing and then go through 12 different stories.
It's never a complete unrelated circle. It's it starts from one point, goes somewhere, comes back, goes somewhere else, and from there goes somewhere else.
Hang in there with us.
Hang in there.
But anyway, introductions.
Introductions, yes.
So friends since high school,
Mhm.
kind of. We got closer, especially during college. I wouldn't say first year for me with you. It's more afterwards.
Sophomore year of college. Second year of college.
Second year. Were we getting close like the summer before second year?
I think it was that summer of.
It was that summer. Yeah,
Because we
definitely
went
got close.
to San Francisco. We go to San Francisco a lot.
We do. So that is one time. But the one that you're talking about when we really got close to that wasn't San Francisco, that was Stinson Beach. Wasn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, because San Francisco was Ocean Beach. That was recently.
I mean, they're all in the ocean. What do you mean?
Stinson's a little farther. Okay, Bay Area.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Bay Area. We go to the Bay Area
We go
a
to
lot.
the Bay a lot.
But yeah, Stinson is when we really like
Mhm.
clicked. It was the five of us, me, you, Victoria, and the twins, and that was a great time. Honestly, like that's when I feel like we really did bond, and start to like form that sisterhood or whatever.
Yeah, like you know when people say like you find those friendships that are like so rare. Like you know those rare
Mhm.
friendships where it's just like you get along, you have different, like you're independently different, but when you
Mhm.
come together it just kind of fits.
That's true. We all have our own like personalities and like uniqueness, but when we
Mhm.
come together, we just flow, and it feels like we're all
It feels like
one.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we are family.
Yeah.
We really bonded mostly during our trips, so we've had a lot.
Mhm.
That was the Stinson one. That was our first big trip together. At that time was like what, 2019? That was only 2019.
So technically we've only been friends for a good 2.5 years.
Yeah, like solid. Well, no way. No.
If you think about it, okay, so we've been acquaintances / like friends, I guess,
Since
for a
sophomore.
good 4 to 5 years.
Wow, it feels like forever.
But we've been really close friends, I guess,
for only 2 years.
2.5 years. Yeah.
That does not feel right, but
It doesn't. It feels like forever, right?
yeah, it really does.
I feel like the same way with the girls too. I'm like, it's only
Mhm.
been like that long.
That's crazy.
It goes
But
by fast though.
It does. It really does. 2019, the summer 2019, when we were hanging out with each other a lot. Like I was going through some stuff, you were going through some stuff as well. I don't know if you want to start there with our stories. I think quarantine me era phase or whatever, I'm gonna like try to put this in a certain timeline. Quarantine me is when it's like I applied certain things that I learned from the year beforehand. So the year beforehand, which was like the 2019 summertime, is like I was in the process of like I have to, get into that phase of self-love and that journey. And so it wasn't until last year that's when I realized that's what I was doing, and then it progressed from there. So last year, 2019, before the summer, I was like seeing this guy, and I was like, hold on, I got flustered a little bit saying that. But yeah, what was I saying?
You're talking about your experiences that you were going through, like a new.
Right.
Okay, so you know how you were talking about you just turned 20.
Yeah.
So I think as soon as you turn 20, something you can go off.
That's
happening. When you've been introduced to a new reality of life.
Right. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's like a lot of things started happening when I was leaving my teen years and then going into 20s. So
yeah, if you want to put that way, you do.
So 2019, I was seeing this guy. I got this new job. This was
2019.
This was the beginning of 2019. You were still in Hawaii, I think. Oh yeah. By the way, she attends a university in Hawaii. I attend a university locally, Sac State. But anyway.
That could also be a reason why we weren't as close.
That's true, because we were far.
Over there, yeah.
Yeah. But again, my story.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Very good.
Thanks. She wants to spot that to herself. No, kidding.
No, I'll pass it back to you once I'm done. But
I'm kidding. Okay, you'll hear a lot of sarcastic remarks, and I apologize in advance if you that's just how my brain works.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. 2019, dating this guy, getting a new job. Just to summarize all that, didn't work out. It only lasted. Both those things lasted for like a while. So one, the guy that I was dating the beginning of 2019, or not even the beginning, kind of like over the summer, and then we ended things beginning of the next school year, and then so that's when I started the job. So middle of like 2019, but then I lost the job. I think the same year, so end of 2019. So I didn't have that job for that long. But the day that I broke things off with the guy that I was seeing was the first day that I started the job. So it did, like, okay, my emotions.
So it kind of went
feelings,
like up down, up down.
So my emotions and feelings kind of went like I didn't have a break.
And they went like, woo.
When something bad happens to you, you actually see the like good and the other stuff that's happening to you as well.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of like started.
I can see that.
Thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
After all that, I took some time to focus on myself. I didn't go back out there and like find myself another
man's
relationship or whatever. And then I took time and focused on school and friends. Well, you guys. So that's when I got a chance to really solidified my number one support system, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel
that was like all of 2019. And then 2020 is when I became more appreciative and more like involved in myself and then you guys. But yeah. That kind of brings this, I guess, back to 2020, where again, that's when I started like really being like grateful and actually like making sure.
You're very positive, I felt like, in 2020, like in the beginning of the year, because I think that's when I came back. So I could see, like, from my own point of view, you were very positive. Like, you found a lot of positive things in life and always kind of looked at the good rather than the bad, which I was like, dang, that's dope. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like that, but I am. Yeah. But it felt good to see you like that.
Well, let me tell you, I was not like that before. Like, it's only recently that I've been very focused on having, it's not just about positivity, it's more about embracing certain negative experiences.
Oh, that's good. Okay, yeah.
And letting yourself, I guess, feel and like being present. That's
being present. Yeah,
exactly. Being more present. And that's something that I've definitely learned the past year. But for me, positivity is something that I try to push more of, even though it doesn't mean I'm like disregarding the negative. So before it was all just negativity for me.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, and so after those big negative experiences 2019, I was like, nope, this isn't for me. This negative stuff is the energy, negative energy
doesn't fit your vibe.
Yeah, I needed to find a balance, and that's where I started. Like, the process is me trying to find the balance in the present.
Yeah. I feel. Yeah. I could see that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the girl saw it too. Like, I think phase in your life.
See, you were we were having fun. You know, that's what I was saying. We were connecting at the time, but what was happening, like the initial experience wasn't, well, in itself, the things that I saw negative. It was the after effect, how I felt about the experience. So, like, when I look at life, let me just kind of like explain my view on life. I look at life as both, you're gonna have both experiences of like good and bad regardless, but I don't look at them as like, oh, the bad is like that negative, that shouldn't have happened kind of thing. To me, like, everything that happens in life happens for a reason. And the same goes, like, everybody that you meet in life, you meet for a reason. And so it's more about the feelings, that's what holds the negative energy, than the experience. The experiences causes the feelings and emotions, but what we find negative, the energy, is how we react.
I understood. Yes, I understood. I somehow was able to understand that. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, can't think of a metaphor right now, but like.
Oh, don't think of a metaphor. I feel like it's gonna throw me off.
I'm terrible at metaphors anyway. But anyway, it's like, yeah, life just happens, right?
Yeah, things happen for a reason.
Exactly, life happens, and like we all get that. But the thing that makes us stressed, makes us feel down, makes us feel, all these negative feelings, it's our reaction to life.
Yes.
Did I lose you?
No. I'm paying attention.
Okay.
I am comprehending what you have spoken.
So, I don't know where I was going with that. I think I was, like how I view life. I don't view life as like totally positive. I view life as ups and downs. Like that's what I signed myself up for is the ups and downs. It's not going to be always happy and like.
But is it like you focus more on the positive than the negative, or is it that you do like you are able to comprehend that there is ups and downs in your life, and that the downs are there, but you're always going to get back up? Is that kind of like what you're? Because you're
how to go about life.
Yeah, because I know you go through ups and downs, but you always seem to have like a very positive outcome after. Does that make sense?
From the from your perspective, like I always seem to have a positive outlook,
which is good. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's really good that you have that. But sometimes I can't comprehend how you're able to do that. Like I admire you for doing that, or if it's like you just focus on the positivity and you don't want the negative around you, but you don't either show it to us, or you keep it into yourself when you're alone. Or it's just like you really do have that natural instinct to be like, okay, this happened. This is like, this happened. I can't do anything about it. Yeah. I'm just going to move on, which is a really good thing. It's a really good thing. Saying. Does that make? I feel like I'm not making any sense. It makes,
I get it.
If you get it, okay, that's fine. If you get it, if people don't get mad.
I'm following. I see what you mean. So from your perspective, you see that I process things in a more positive way.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And really, I admire you, but at the same time, I don't even know like how you're able to do that.
That is, you're correct on like majority of it. I do that, and like you said, you're like I kind of do hide the way I process the negative part of it, but I do the other process, like how you process it positively first. That sounds so weird.
That does.
But I do that first, and that kind of calms. I'm gonna talk about like higher self and ego, like throughout.
Oh shit. Okay, let's go.
So it calms my. Okay, I make sure my ego doesn't get the first say after something happens. So like if something negative happens, I can't let my ego run. Otherwise, negatively, I might process that way. I do let myself feel all the negative emotions and stuff. So I guess I do it opposite, I guess. I try to be more positive from the beginning after something bad happens, and then let those negative emotions like sink in. Maybe it's me being in denial from the beginning, but I still make sure that I look at all parts of my feelings, my emotions, the process. So
that's a lot of self-control right over there.
It is not easy.
Because like how you said you don't like to have like that negative, I don't know the word,
energy.
And okay. I don't know how you can not let that negative energy touch your ego when it's like a human instinct to be like anything that bad happens, it automatically offends our ego.
That's a good way to put it.
Which then leads us to act the way we do. Not that it's bad nor good. It's just that that's like the immediate reflex people have. And it's weird how you have this apparently an ability to make sure it doesn't touch your ego. I feel like it should.
It should touch my ego?
Yeah, you should let your ego kind of come out sometimes.
It does, but in little ways. For example, I know what you're saying when I see this too a lot with other people. When like something bad happens to them, or like let's use examples like somebody comes out of a breakup and the negative energy touches their ego, and then they want to react in a petty way, or like
just like they feel anger or some kind of upsetness.
Okay,
and it reacts to it.
Right. Oh, reacts. There's a difference between feeling those, like letting those emotions be felt and absorbing them, and reacting.
So you right? Okay.
So I guess what you're saying, that I've learned to manage how to react certain things, that takes a lot of practice, let me tell you that.